Husband and wife cannot buy and own property in family name. Hi, my name is Michelle Izini Agrega, and you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here in this channel, I create content on lifestyle, real life matters, legal talk, and everything in between. So, if today is your first time of seeing my face coming across any of my videos, do well to hit on the red button below this video that says subscribe to subscribe to my channel. And beside the red button, there is a bell icon there. Click on it. This enables you get notifications whenever I upload new videos. And to my returning subscribers, you are the best. Thank you, and I do appreciate you all for coming back to watch my videos. And to the first time subscribers, just comment on this video by saying I have subscribed so that I can give you a visual hug. So today, I will be enlightening us on the fact that a husband and a wife cannot own or acquire property. Mr. and Mrs. Mbode Bafo, or Mr. and Mrs. ABC, or Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco cannot buy, cannot sell, cannot acquire, or even transact in land in Nigeria. Now, this set of persons cannot even sue, neither can they be sued. Now, if you want to sue someone, let's say you want to sue a husband and a wife, they offended you or they did something wrong to you, you want to sue them, and you are using and their name is John Bosco, and you say Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco, you've not sued anyone. I don't know if you are getting me, you've not sued anybody. So you can't sue Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco. You get? And Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco cannot also transact in land. Why? Because they are not legally recognized. I've said this in passing in some of my videos that I've posted here before now, that there are two persons that are recognized in law. We have the natural persons and we have the artificial persons. The natural persons are persons like you and I. I don't know if you are getting me. I'm a natural person. You watching this video is a natural person. Artificial persons are corporate bodies such as the companies. You get First Bank PLC, Fidelity Bank, Zenith Bank PLC, and like Shells, the company, these are corporate bodies. So they are seen as artificial persons. Are you getting me? They are corporate bodies and are regarded as artificial persons under the law. In other words, they can do that which a natural person can do. They can sue and be sued. You get, let's say you're having issues with your bank and you want to take your bank to court. You cannot take the manager to court. You cannot go and now say, you want to sue the manager of this bank. No, you are going to sue the bank. Maybe you can bring the manager along, but you have to sue the bank because the bank can sue and also be sued. And it's also important for you to also know that these corporate bodies can also acquire properties themselves. Let's say, for instance, your bank is First Bank or Zenith Bank or Fidelity. You realize that even that space where they are is their property, belongs to what? It belongs to First Bank. It belongs to Zenith Bank. So you see that that's which a natural person can do. These artificial persons can do it. Now, Mr. and Mrs. ABC, Mr. and Mrs. CYZ, these persons are not regarded as natural persons, neither are they regarded as artificial persons. So therefore, they cannot sue, neither can they be sued. And very importantly, they cannot transact in land in Nigeria. Does that now mean that as a married couple, you cannot buy and acquire land in Nigeria? No, that's not what it means. As a woman, you want to buy a property. You either buy that property in your name or you buy it in your husband's name. Don't do I want to impress my husband. So you now use Mr. and Mrs. Bosco because you want to impress your husband. So your husband will say, you're buying something in our names. No, you don't do that. You either buy that property in your own name or you buy it in your husband's name. Are you getting me? Now, if a man wants to also buy a property, are you getting me? If a man, you want to buy a property, don't say, now that I'm married, me and my wife will have to be doing things together as couple. You now use Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco. You did not do anything. That name is nobody. I don't know if you're getting me. The name is not recognized. As a couple that wants to transact in land, to avoid illegality, it is better done in full name of the wife or full name of the husband or full names of the both husband and wife as separate beings. What am I trying to say here? Now, let's take for instance, we have Mr. John Bosco. You get, I will have Mrs. Helen John Bosco. It's either Mr. John Bosco is buying it in his own name, or Mrs. Helen John Bosco is buying in her own name. Now, when the both of them want to acquire this property together, what they will have to use their full names as separate beings. That is to say, number one, Mr. John Bosco, and number two, Mrs. Helen John Bosco. Avoid Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco. That name is nobody. Mr. and Mrs. John Bosco is nobody. So I know that you enjoyed this video and you've learned a lot from this video. I just want you to do me a favor, and the favor is this: like this video, subscribe, and share it as well. Thank you, and I love you.